Hey, what's going on there, everybody? Cloud Truth here, and welcome back to some more Battlefield 4. And today, got a little bit different video for you all than what I normally do. And it's going to be kind of, I don't know, I guess you could say a breakdown video, kind of a look at a round that's actually a little bit old, but something that I figured I might share with you all, kind of inspired by what my buddy Kulprit, who's actually in this match with me. This is one of our all-star rounds that he actually uploaded, as well as the game tab, where he kind of, Kulprit's, many of you all probably know, most of you all probably subbed in, at least I hope you have, does these kind of videos where he breaks down games, I think he calls it, what, the after action one, if I recall correctly. You can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but it's kind of like an analysis of what the match is, and so that's kind of, watching those, it's interesting to see points of view, looking at things after they've happened and analyzing stuff, and kind of looking to make corrections to your mistakes and what went wrong, what went right, and kind of learn and grow. And hopefully you all can see my mistakes. I'm going to leave the whole round unedited. That way you're going to see what I do that's really good and what I do that's just flat out embarrassing. Starting off with, of course, it's Op Locker Rush, and I grabbed some smoke grenades, and this I feel like was a really good move starting off with. Threw some smoke down. I was, okay, I'm going to go get this objective. I got it armed, got into what I thought was a decent position. I'm running with the MTAR for the whole round, and this is where it was kind of trying to hold this down, and I realized right here I'm taking a lot of fire, and I'm trying to just stay in a position where I can guard this MCOM, but not be right out in the open, and unfortunately that sniper, I mean, that was just a good shot by him. He probably was just scoping in and just came across my body, saw me moving around, and so he was able to take me down. Thankfully, though, the objective was destroyed. They didn't hop on it, and we're really running low in terms of guys to spawn on right here. I think one of our guys was up actually in the out-of-bounds zone, so in terms of spawning in was a little bit difficult right here, and this is just a tricky situation. Right here, I'm going, okay, what do I do? I'm stuck here. I can't move. If I move out to my left, there's guys down that hallway shooting at us, and it's going to be running out of bounds. If I move to the right, I'm going to be shot in the face. What do I do right here? And you look at our squad. Look how many guys are dead, and I'm kind of going, okay, now I just need to stay here for just a second and be a spawn point. But even though if those guys have spawned, where do I go? What do I do from here? This is a tough situation. I didn't know. Even today, I look at this and I go, I don't know. Really, when analyzing it, it's probably the best thing to do to run essentially straight ahead where the MCOM is, the blown up MCOM, and take, go to the left up on the little rock. That's probably going to be the safest spot to where I should have gone, but I decided right here to just throw smoke, kind of regain in terms of, run back, make sure I wasn't going to get shot at right in the face as soon as I threw it, wait for it to actually build up, run in here and see if I could just make a charge towards the MCOM. Took down one recon before I get shot in the face by a SAR-21. There's like 2 or 3 guys that were just camping on the MCOM, just kind of using those as like a head glitch type of position to be able to really get an advantage in the gunfight, and he was easily able to take me down. Thankfully, though, our team pushed forward and actually got that MCOM arm, which was really good. Spawn back in and kind of just trying to play a little bit of a supportive role, trying to look where areas where our teammates are not, throwing those motion sensors out where we were able to spot them. They're running out of their spawn. Those guys can see them. Definitely get advantage in that gunfight, because when it comes to playing FPS games, really in general, knowing where your enemy is puts you at a huge advantage. And you're seeing me right here. I'm looking at places where our team is not. Everyone's focused on straight ahead, that big, huge, long corridor where they spawn out of. I'm trying to look in these doorways off to the right where the snow is, just trying to making sure we're not going to be caught behind any enemies that are flanking. Now, I'm using the MTAR pre-patch. This is before this weapon got nerfed, so do keep that in mind. It is a flat-out beastly monster weapon. It still is, but not quite as monstrous as before. And this weapon shoots butcher knives. This thing doesn't have bullets. It shoots butcher knives. Like, that's what it rips people to shreds. Just think about that whenever you're firing this gun. It comes to mind. Whenever I shoot it, it's just like you're watching knives that are just spiraling, flinging out of this weapon. They just slice through people. That's what it feels like. This weapon is so good. Now, right here, I did something intentionally. I noticed there was a lot of teammates to my left. There's a whole lot of them, and they're dying. A lot of them are dying, and there's a few guys that are pushing right. And right here, I'm kind of going, okay, so how am I going to really help my team in terms of being able to move forward? Well, this place is a common room, I guess you could say, or route where the enemies like to just trap the attacker, the defenders like to trap the attackers in there, throw grenades, really get some easy kills, explosives, etc. So right now I'm kind of going, I know that they pay attention quite a bit to this area. I figured I might as well see if I could just provide a distraction. That was what my goal is. I was kind of, okay, see if I can just draw a little bit of attention to myself in here, and that way I can maybe get, I don't know, 2, 3, maybe 4 guys at the most that are looking at me, that are trying to wait for me to peek up to take me down, and that way it will give our team an advantage on the left and right flanks to be able to push up where those guys may have been looking if I hadn't been drawing their attention. So that was my goal. And right here, I threw some smoke, pushed forward. I said, okay, you know what? We've got some teammates that are running forward. It's time for me to move, kind of making sure I'm keeping up with the team. I don't want to be too far behind, just sitting back there, and there's nothing that I'm going to be doing that's really going to be helping. And just kind of got a lucky spray there, double hip fire, took those guys down. And I was trying to get some smoke grenades refilled, and it just wouldn't go. And I know for a fact, it seems like, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, I actually haven't really done too much in terms of looking up or just knowledge base in general. In terms of refilling grenades, it seems like if you're playing support, they refill much faster, or it just depends on the type of grenade. I'm pretty sure it depends on the grenade, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I actually don't know this, so please do tell me down below in the comments. Now here I was looking at kind of the situation and where our team was in terms of the bulk of our team and where they're really looking. There's no one over here on the left side. This is one guy, this one teammate. I was like, okay, I'm going to help this guy out. He's kind of got that left side where in terms of he's looking around that. He's got a different angle than what I do, which is what you want. You don't want to be looking down the same angle or lining up and making an easy double kill where the enemy just shoots at you and the teammate behind you takes you down, or vice versa in terms of where your position is. And so I really felt like that was a pretty good move to stay in that specific spot, allowing that teammate to look through one angle. That way, if the enemy comes around the corner, he's shooting him from one direction and I'm shooting at him from a different one. So we're rolling through this pretty good. We're building a lot of confidence, kind of like, wow, this is, we're doing well here. We're doing just fantastic. And this is another thing I see a lot of teammates not do. Destroy the motion sensors. Recon's equipment is some of, if not the most powerful equipment in the game. It's flat out amazing just what it can do. And you always need to destroy it. When you see it, don't run past it. I don't care if you've just taken the base. Destroy it. You never know when an enemy's going to get a flank. And for some reason, if the defenders, really kind of just, they stand up and really take defense and push the attackers back, next thing you know, that motion sensor becomes a viable thing for them to use because they're pushing you back towards your spawn. Always destroy it, always, 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 always. Right here, I just kind of was able to win that gunfight just due to health, and I was trying to pick up his kit to see if he had a defibs, and it was just a dumb mistake on my part. I'm pretty sure that he did. I didn't actually check when I picked it up, but I wasn't, even if he did, I don't think I would have been able to make it just due to the fact that the body fading in terms of the revive window is definitely a lot really lower, which is Jay was talking right here in the game about the fact that you don't have quite as much time to revive in Battlefield 4 as you did in Battlefield 3. And here we got these objectives armed, and I'm just kind of pushing forward, really holding down this right side, not allowing them to come out, throwing the motion sensors down, making sure that we're getting the enemy spotted, which is another thing that you always want to do as a recon, is get those motion sensors out, whether they be the MAV, the TUGs, the UGs, the booties, the things that really aren't, okay, never mind, I'm moving on past those, already talked about in the previous commentary, but the motion ball is another thing, which is just a great tool for the recon class. And I'm just kind of taking those, little pot shots down there, making sure that the enemies aren't running through, just kind of covering fire a little bit more. It's not really doing too much at this point. We're kind of just waiting to take the base and then move up. Now, right here, I realized the fact, hey, there is some enemies. I see them on the minimap out here on snow on the right side. So a couple of teammates joined me out here to really try to take these guys down, making sure they don't get a flank, which is really important. A lot of guys like to just stick in the lockers, the close quarters, the chaos. I love don't forget about snow. Snow is probably the most important route here on Operation Locker, even though it's linear. This route is probably the most important, the one that you gotta watch the most. And right here, the Darth Vader hyperventilator was out, which for those of you that don't quite get it, it's the DMRs. That's what I call them, because whenever somebody spams that thing, it sounds like Darth Vader's hyperventilating, like it just sounds like that's the sound. Okay, kind of weird. I know some people call it, like, what is it, like the bee stingers or whatever, I don't even know, but that's just what comes to mind whenever I hear that. Right here, a great flanking routes to go down here or to be able to grab this MCOM. Don't forget about that route in the very back. It's easy to just kind of hop in that doorway, the first one you see. Okay, I want to run in there and get this MCOM. You can go another one further back and be able to take that down. The guy who was in the chat was not happy that I won that gunfight. Right here was not a good decision. I should have kept moving, because I think the kill cam was still rolling for him, so he was able to see where I went. And you'll see that actually comes back to bite me here in a second. I'm trying to watch two ways. This is not what you want to do. You want to be able to watch one way and one way. As you can see, he hops down. He knows right where I was. Got an easy revenge kill on me. I don't know why he ran away from that objective. I think there was still a little bit of time left. He could have hopped on that and disarmed it. But you don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be looking down an area in which, okay, I got to look left, right, back and forth. I can't cover the MCOM. I need to be in a better position to where I can just cover the MCOM. Probably, if you go, in a sense, across the hallway in that little, I don't know, whatever kind of window area that is, like the little doorways that you run in there, probably in that area where I'm just looking straight at the MCOM would probably be the best spot for me to be looking at, not on the staircase trying to look left and right back and forth. And that was just kind of an unlucky spot, and that guy, the infamous Battlefield 4 one-hit kill took me down right there. I'm pretty sure it was. I didn't actually check. I could go back and look at it, or you all can check for me in terms of if that was an actual one-hit kill. Sure felt like it, though, when playing. And right here, I did notice in the spawn screen, there's an enemy in our spawn. Once again, remember what I said earlier about the T-Ugs. Even though you take a base, an enemy T-Ugs you need to destroy. Think about if that guy had managed to kill that teammate. He knows where we are by running, and if he had a silencer, we'd have no clue. Unless he was spotted, we wouldn't know. Now all of a sudden, he's got an advantage. It's that type of thing. It didn't happen, but it could have. That's why it's so important to get rid of enemy equipment. Right there was just, I couldn't quite save game tab and Jay right there. Unfortunately, I was not able to take that guy down fast enough, but I was able to get the revenge kill on him, and they were able to spawn in and help our team push back forth. Now, here, I feel like I was coming, peeked around there, able to take him down. Put down my my T-Ugs, that way that would cover that left side, able to push up, get that motion ball out, that way I can spot the guys that are above me on this railing, or on the, basically on the level above me, making sure I'm keep throwing those motion balls out, making sure they're always out, and throwing the smoke grenades whenever I'm gonna push. That's what I'm saying right now. I'm tossing smoke, I'm getting ready to run. The first one was not so good. I mean, it could have been better in terms of where I placed it, but right here it's just, okay, we've got to go. We're getting a little bit low on tickets, and it's just like, screw it, get the objective. So I'll run in there, I'm getting this thing armed. That's why it's really important, I feel like, to run smoke on locker. Not enough people do it. Myself, I don't do it enough. It's really a fantastic grenade to run, much better than the V40 minis, although the minis are too strong sometimes, but it's just a great grenade to use. And right here, we just got overwhelmed. It was just something where it's just, there's so many enemies right there. We weren't able to take them all down, and they're going to actually hop in here and manage to get on that thing and disarm him. I'm just going, no, are you serious? Come on now. So we able to get a teammate back on there. He gets the objective armed. So we're still feeling pretty good. We've been rolling so far, feel pretty good. And this was just kind of, oh my goodness, just spray and take that guy down. I noticed him coming back on the left side, so I'm just going to kind of watch the staircase. Bad decision. Bad decision, Clyde. Look at the ticket count. What should I be worried about? The MCOM. Their guys on the left side, sure, they're over there, but guess what? Are they immediate threat to that MCOM? No, look at the ticket count. This was a horrible move on my part. Don't ever do this. Yeah, okay, great, maybe you got some kills. They don't make jack squat. They defuse the MCOM. 1 ticket left. That is horrible awareness on my part. I mean, it's flat out embarrassing, the fact that I let that happen. I got so focused on getting that, clearing those guys out, I didn't think about the fact of, or even look at the mini. Oh my goodness, there's guys dying right next to the objective. I need to get back there. I just automatically assumed, since we had, a decent number of teammates there, they would take care of it, and they didn't do it. So we really just bulldozed through this game until we made a few mistakes at the end, and I really feel like I put a lot of this fault in terms of us losing the round down to myself, just not being aware, just realizing and having simple game awareness to be able to go back and really prevent the enemy team from defusing the MCOM. So anyway, that's kind of a little bit different video type on my channel. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Like I said, inspired by my buddy Kulprit's after action review. Be sure to go check it out. There'll be like this channel. Probably I'll throw all the all-star guys down below in the description, so you all can go check out all their channels because they were all in this video as well. Anyway, take care, and I'll see you all next time.